Morning. We're just waiting for the stream to go live on all the platforms. Good morning. Good morning. You made it to the middle of the week. We've been trying to keep busy with so much to finish before the end of the summer, and the weather kind of hasn't been cooperating. Right? It's been a couple of days of nice weather, and then we get the rain, and then we get 2 or 3 days of nice weather, and then we get the rain again. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Tactful Gear. Hopefully, you're having a good start to the morning. Yeah, the weather hasn't been cooperating because I need to get some stuff done outside, and it needs to have some dry days. I need at least 2 week period of just no rain, and it hasn't been that way. Especially when you got to stain over 50 pieces of wood to build a new fence, right? And it has to be dry to do that. Um, so it's been taking me a little bit longer than I needed to. Not a good thing, right? Because I got some professionals coming by to do the actual work, and so I need to finish this part before they can come in and actually do all the concrete work and stuff. So just like I'm having people come over to help me with construction and volunteering their time because their friends are going to be coming over to help me out. I enjoy helping out as well, right? I enjoy helping out and volunteering as much as I can, and it probably started if I can think back to when this kind of it was planted in my head was when I was about 4 years old. Hey Nancy, thanks for tuning in. Maybe drop where you're tuning in from in the comments. I'd love to see where everyone's kind of watching in from, where everyone's enjoying their mornings, wherever you are in Canada, USA, and wherever else you are. So it was like, hey Jan, good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. Hopefully you had a good Canada weekend as well. So I probably started when I was around 4 years old, because what happened was in our town that I grew up in, our town flooded. It's a famous flood that came. It was one of those odd things that happened once in a century, and our town was flooded. And all I can remember were volunteers that were coming. They were zipping around the streets, which were all flooded now. So the boats were actually going through as if they were cars. Hi, Jean. How you doing? Nice to see you. And our town was flooded, right? So all I can remember were these volunteers were on boats with these little motors going around to all the houses, rescuing people because our house was flooding, right? And so these volunteers came, they took my mom, put her in the boat, they took my brother, and then they took myself into the boat and took us in a safe, dry area. And it's still surprising because I can remember that night just as if it was yesterday. And I wasn't scared, but I was rather amazed with all the people that were pulling together to rescue strangers all night long. They just kept putting people to a safe area, and then they went back out, came back in, went back out. And this happened until everybody was safe. And my father still tells me that story of how the entire community came together and did what they needed. And these were some of my dad's friends, and some were strangers, some were the military. And so everybody again came together to lend a hand and volunteer and help. And as you grow older, you'll discover that you have two hands, right? One for helping yourself and one for helping others. And that was from actually Audrey Hepburn. As you grow older, you'll discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and one for helping others. So, of course, Miss Hepburn was known for her huge heart. She was a famous actress, but people don't know her that she had a huge heart and humanitarian work as a goodwill ambassador for UNICEF from 1988 all the way to 1993. And she herself received the reason she was so passionate about helping out with UNICEF is because when she was young, she received support from that organization during the war, during World War II. And she continued up until her last days when she was battling with cancer. So that was a really, really deep devotion and passion that she had. And so we don't have to wait, right? We don't have to wait until we're older to help out and volunteer. Remember going back to when you were young in school, in elementary school, probably, where you went out with your class and you gathered garbage around the neighborhood. You took part in cleanup programs. I remember being in many of these when I was growing up, and just beautified the area. And did our part, right? There's never a shortage of places that can use a hand, an extra hand. You have your local food bank. You can have you can help out at a recycling facility, your local church, hospital. People need volunteers always at hospitals. The YMCA, SPCA. I know a lot of people volunteer for pet rescue and care. Community centers, right? Never shortage of help that they need there. And there's many, many more, right? And if you enjoy traveling, right, you can actually pick a country and there's something there that you can actually incorporate into your trip, and you can actually help there as well. So I know people that took trips, and part of that trip they help build a well, um, started gardens. They restored like a school, or repainted or set up a building for people to use for like a school or a church or something like that. So and this is a great way, right? This is a great way to really introduce your kids to what it means to give back as well, right? Educating them early on really kind of plants that seed, as they grow. And the hope is that they'll continue to reach out to more and more opportunities, as they get older, right? And when we start working, workplaces use these volunteer and opportunities as team building events. And when we do more, we're encouraging others to do more as well, right? It's fun. It's fun when you get together with a group of colleagues and friends, and making a big impact, together, and just having fun at the same time. So if you've never started, but you're looking for something in your area, suggestion is start even with your own neighbors, right? Ask them what they do, and where they go, and then just tag along. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to have someone new join them, and that way you already have some familiar faces around. You feel more comfortable, and you don't have to really go far to make an impact. Again, you can start right in your own little community. Start on your block. My kids, I tell them, shovel the snow off the sidewalk for people you don't know. Start a block watch. Rake your neighbor's leaves. It could be very, very simple. And again, it's also you introducing to your neighbors around the area, and you get to know them, and then you also get to know how you can help them, right? You get to know who the seniors are. You get to know who maybe are sick and they need a little bit of extra help. So that's how you can kind of go out there and start to really use your both hands to really help not just yourself, but help others around you as well. So thanks for tuning in. Tap that heart and like and comment with what you've taken a part in, what kind of volunteer work you've done. Whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, because to other, it may be a huge, huge factor. So you can catch these replays on Facebook, Instagram, as well as on YouTube. Don't forget to be better, to be bigger, and to be that change that people are looking for. So go out there and make a change for others around you. Take care and enjoy the sunshine or the rain or wherever you are. Just enjoy the day. Take care.